This week, I have a tantrum and throw my toys out the pram. David abuses a student. Chloe is worried about deadly gases. And when does Jack Bauer have a shit? So, let's strap down, let's strap in, and let's do this.
This is just another trucking podcast.
Right, okay.
What's that
Yeah?
side?
We happy?
I'm happy. You know me. I'm always
That's-
happy. Have you ever seen me not happy?
Yeah, routinely. You're
Yeah, every day.
okay. Sorry, mate.
That was a bit
Apparently
extreme.
Apparently, it's the energy I'm bringing this week. Let's do it. Hello, this is Just Another Trucking Podcast. I am your host, Tom, and I'm joined, as always, by my good friends. We've got David. Hello, David.
Hello. How you
You're
doing?
good.
I'm grand.
And we have Steve. Hello, Steve.
Ah, hello. Oh, yeah.
We have Chloe. That David's looking confused. We did talk about this pre-show, but he hasn't really got a clue what we're talking
He doesn't
about.
actually know the story behind it. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you? Well, tell you what. Do we have? Apparently, we've got some comments. Let's do some housekeeping. We've got some comments to go through first. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Have we?
Comments from Tom's. We had people ask Tom a question last week.
What? I've got comments for Tom's topic. Is that what you're on about?
Oh, shite. Okay, now I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, no, okay, so we don't have comments. We probably do have comments, but I don't. Yeah.
Tom's
going
just
on
sat
with Tom?
eating a donut right now. He's got like, you fucked it. You've broken the podcast straight away.
Are you being polite
Don't
and
know what
not
you're talking
talking with your mouth full?
Wait, this intro's
Right, go on,
failed.
comments.
Brilliant.
No, there is no
What?
comments.
No, there is no comments, Tom.
There is no comments.
What? Oh, there's not.
No.
Why is there no comments?
Well,
Because it's comments for your topic, dipshit.
remember the topic
What?
that you asked people?
Yeah, you know you.
Oh,
the
right.
topic.
We've put that out, have we?
Yeah.
Well-
This was the discussion.
Wow. This has gone totally downhill. Right. In which case, let's try and recover this and try and work out what the fuck we're doing, because I haven't a clue. Housekeeping. Should we do some housekeeping first then?
Sure, why not? You want to try it out?
Tell you what, we're just going to roll with this. This is as preparation for the rest of the episode. This is the energy that we're bringing.
It's good.
We don't normally have a clue what we're doing, but we really
Now it's
we're
evident.
Really flying. we're flying this flag today. That's what we're doing.
What are you talking about? We rehearsed this 20 times and we're getting it word for word. This is exactly how it is.
Sure we did. Right.
Pretending
good.
that we don't know what we're talking about.
Pretend I don't know what you're about that. What housekeeping we got? Oh yeah, salmonslap.com. I'm wearing
Excuse me?
a
Did anybody understand that?
salmonslap.com.
Salmonslap.com.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes, Tom, you're not wearing it. You're wearing Christmas pajamas right now.
I am, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
We've got matching
It's an
Christmas
oh my
pajamas.
god, it's Santa! I know him.
Yeah. I don't know. This is again. I'm in the Christmas spirit. I'm feeling Christmas. I'm
You
excited
feeling
for
it?
it.
Oh
I
my
like
goodness.
Christmas. I love Christmas, mate.
Do you have a
Oh.
an ugly Christmas sweater?
So close. Oh god, how many? Is it? We're only 2 weekends left after this one. Is it?
3
Is
if
it?
you including Christmas weekend. 2 without.
Well,
What
no,
day of the week-
no,
what day of the
no.
week is
We
Christmas
do
then?
not. We established last week. We do not. With that, you should not be going
Well,
out.
no, we didn't really establish that last week. We
I'm
just
pretty
kind of
sure we did, David.
fumbled across it.
David, you don't go out on Christmas Eve, do you?
No.
you don't.
When
Right.
I was living in Ireland, I did.
Why? What is it quieter out there at Christmas Eve?
Well, usually the pubs are pretty busy, and we go into the pub.
Just quintessential Irish
Just
stuff.
go
It's
during
all
the pubs,
good.
yeah.
Yeah,
Drinking.
They usually close early. They usually close around 10 o'clock. But it's usually nobody really get. Well, I presume there is people who get drunk, but it was just one of those things. You just get a little merry, And,
It's a little merry.
Might be the most
The Irish
thing I've ever
way.
heard that.
What do you what do you guys in England call it? Where you're just a little bit happy. You have a couple of drinks, so you're not drunk. Like you couldn't say you're drunk, but you're just the part before that. In Ireland, we would just
A
say
little
we're
bit
merry.
tipsy, I would say.
Tipsy.
Right,
there
yeah,
we go.
Tipsy.
Tipsy, merry.
Yeah.
something
Got a
like
good
that,
buzz
yeah.
going on.
Merry, tipsy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I grew up saying
potentially-
Merry.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah, Buzz is pretty good.
So why it's called Merry Christmas?
Yes,
Or is
that's
it like
exactly
Merry
it.
Christmas?
No,
'Cause
that's
it's-
it.
Why? 'Cause you
Is
get
that- is that
merry.
literally it?
I have
Well,
no
yeah.
idea. Happy
Well,
Christmas.
Well, it's not called Merry Christmas. That's just a
Well, no,
song.
maybe not.
That's what you
No,
wish
no,
people.
Maybe not called Merry Christmas. Fucking hell. Fuck it. Should we just redo the whole thing? Just scrap it. We're starting again. That's it. We fucked it all. It's done. It's done. That's it. Right. Salmonslap.com. Have I said that correct this time?
Yeah,
Yes.
you have.
Go
yeah,
there.
you
Well
have, yeah.
done.
Get some merch. We've got the salmon t-shirts. We've got Skip Chick stuff. We've got Except for
Yeah.
Access stuff. We've got all the things. You should go and check it out. It's really good. And most importantly, you support the podcast.
Yes.
If you like it, if you like the disorganized mess that we bring,
that
please
we are
support us.
definitely bringing.
Oh my god, aren't we just go and also go and if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, all of the usual jazz, and iTunes. You know what you're supposed to do. I'm sure you've heard it on other podcasts.
Yeah, we
Please
do
go and
talk
do
a lot about it.
because it helps us. It helps us so very much. Right.
And give us all $500, everybody.
Oh
That-
yeah,
that helps-
also
that
helps.
helps us
Oh my
What,
God.
each?
Or more. Yeah,
Well, yeah.
everybody.
Definitely would do.
$1,500
Definitely
altogether
100%.
each.
I want to know about your week, Chloe. That's what I want to know about because you've had an interesting one this week.
What is this? This is why we're calling me Steve, isn't it, at the moment?
Oh yeah,
This
let's talk
This
about
basically
why
is going to
you're
lead
called
up to
Steve.
that.
Yeah.
So,
Was supposed to be a segue, but it's not.
oh, right, well, pretty useless anyway.
Okay.
So this week I have relatively exciting, especially for a skip driver, seeing as we literally just go skips local areas. I actually went out of Exeter. I went 2 hours down the road to a place called Poole on the
Well,
the
that's the end
coast.
of the story, right? Well, anyways, David, how was
Screw
your?
you.
Sorry.
So
Okay, I'm sorry.
my information was go to Poole, meet a random driver from a tanking business company, catch a random ferry to a random island, pick up a random skip and come back.
Yeah,
Right,
Random
okay.
island.
I'm reasonably
Literally.
sure this is how most horrors are started. Yeah, you're gonna meet some random guy in a car park. You're then gonna get on a ferry
You
to
go
an
to this
unknown
random
destination.
island.
And that was the last we ever heard of her. So
Yeah.
there we are. Yeah.
Yeah, so I turned up to the site. It turned out I had to wear overalls, safety goggles, hats, the works, basically. Because
And
I
you
had
had
to have
all
like
that equipment?
flame retardant. No, I had a hat, that was it, and pair of gloves. They had, yeah, you had to wear overalls because it had to be flame retardant. Apparently, like overalls are flame retardant. I didn't know that. Apparently, they are. Anyway, the only ones they could find for me, obviously, I wasn't allowed on this island unless I wore any. So they found some random dudes overalls called Steve, and they were the size of your, like, Tom. They would literally fit you. I was like walking around like the crotch part would fall that far down. It would be at my knees, so I'd be waddling like a penguin, walking around this island as Steve. Yeah, it was
Right, can
interesting.
she's talking like this is the interesting part of this story. This is just right. This is the lead up. So she did tell me what happens. This is the lead up to the story, and you've it's like you finished it. Why did you need to wear all of this kit? What was going on this island?
So this island it was only a little island, but it was an oil digging island. So this ferry took about an hour to get over there, but I couldn't film or anything when I was over there. I couldn't take photos. I couldn't actually take my phone. I had to put it away.
Oh,
And basically, I got there and they had to sign me in with like a proper little license and a permit and everything to do work on this island. So they knew everything I was doing. They were watching you constantly. They could see it. It's like a little, like what's that program people used to watch where the cameras were on 24/7? It was like that. You couldn't do anything without them going,
Big
get
Brother.
off your phone, or yeah, that's it, Big Brother. You in the pink, stop it. So literally, I got signed in. I wasn't allowed anywhere on my own, so I had to be escorted everywhere I went. We had to go down to this bit where the skip was, and this tanker was there to basically filter out this contaminated water in the skip, and then obviously I could take it away. I was stuck there for about 3 hours
Wait.
on this island, by the way.
Wait. Talk about
What?
So why So there was water in it.
So this skip obviously is sealed on. It's not got a lid on it, but it doesn't drain. So all the rainwater was filling up, but what was in it was like bits of material that are basically to soak up excess oil that they've obviously spilled or something like that, and then they put it in the skip. So obviously this is contaminated skip, and then obviously it's contaminated rainwater, and they can't just drain it. I can't like just put a hook on it and just drain the bugger. So they had to get a tanker to fill it all out, because obviously you can't drive down the road with this hanging out the back either. So anyway, we got to this bit to pick up the skip, and before we could do anything, the guys had to get out with little gas monitoring equipment and walk around, and they were like, if you hear an alarm go off, drop everything you do, head straight for the docks, we're getting the fudge out of it effectively.
How far was the docks then?
It literally took an hour to get from the dock to it, but it was because it was like the slowest moving machinery you've ever experienced. It was like 1 mile an hour or something. I probably could have driven from the port to the actual island in about 15 minutes. So it wasn't like massively
no. Okay,
far out.
no. So but from when you got off the boat.
Oh,
to
right.
Wherever
I could
you had to
literally.
go.
Oh, it was like all walking distance. Everything was walking distance. The island was tiny.
How small are we actually talking?
Like the size of a village.
Oh, like teeny tiny then.
Teeny tiny, yeah. There was like 2 bits to it. That was it. So it was. You didn't have to walk for miles. It was just like get out, just like literally stop what you're doing, walk away, and just keep walking to the boat, and we're getting the fudge out. Because he was like, "This will basically kill you if you won't notice it straight away." He said, "But you'll suddenly get to a point where you just pass out and you're gone." I was like, "Brilliant, fantastic."
Jesus. I feel like you should have gotten paid extra for that.
Oh, I know, right?
You know, like, yeah, danger
hazard
money.
pay.
Yeah. So I think you've got a couple of minutes. I think it's not like full on bang. It's probably more like, like gas if a fire, and takes you a little while to choke out for a bit, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, they had to walk around with all this. So yeah, I had all this the safety equipment, and and basically,
Why couldn't
pick
you
up a skip.
videotape?
I don't know. Do you think it was like something to do with radio waves or whatever phone waves come out?
Well, okay, cameras are all over trucks and vehicles. You know what I mean? As in, like, so how could you couldn't turn those off? Like, is there like a security?
Yeah, you weren't allowed anything electrical.
Oh,
like,
it's electrical.
So my phone had to go away, my tablet and everything.
The thing is, you're not allowed to use your phone on a petrol station forecourt.
Yeah.
Like, you must
That's
have
been
had
disproven.
it where, right?
It's been disproven.
But this is my point. Like, even MythBusters, like, was it like 15 years ago? They disproved it. I mean, that was with like the old phones that used to do all sorts of things. But the thing is, with the cars, the engines running hot, stuff like that. I mean, okay, so say as an example, you're not supposed to use your night heater when you're filling up with fuel. Which, okay, fair enough. That one kind of makes sense. But
there's people that run their engine as well, isn't there, while they're fueling up? They'll leave their engine running.
Well, there's a certain.
I wouldn't do that.
There's a certain
Sod that.
temperature where you're not supposed to turn your semi truck off. Again, I don't think England ever gets to that temperature.
What?
It gets so cold out there that you never turn your engine off.
Is this when you're staying in the lorry? Is this what you
This
mean?
is when you're staying. This is when you're parked.
You don't just park up.
Yeah, as in like again. Well, I remember seeing this in. There was a time when my company said, "Hey, if you're at this particular temperature, don't turn your truck off." I can't remember what it was, but I remember seeing. I think it was ice road truckers where they basically couldn't. If you turned your truck off, you probably couldn't turn it back on again.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So, and if you did park, you got to make sure you were plugged in, because a lot of times, a lot of companies or a lot of places would have where you literally can get. You have your electrical from your building that you actually just plug into your truck,
right?
And it kind of keeps your engine warm. Or keeps the oil warm.
Yeah, I'm assuming though, if like you stall or something, it's not like
life threatening.
Just won't. Yeah, I'm guessing it must be going off for a while,
and it must have to cool right down to get to that temperature where it won't start.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I just remember that. I just remember there was definitely one time when I had my truck turned off for only like 20 minutes and I couldn't start it up again. And,
wow,
I don't know. I don't know if it was my batteries. It might have been my batteries, or it might have been the fact that I had a little fridge plugged in, but I can't imagine it draining, because that, that's supposed to work all night. But for like 2 weeks after that, my engine never turned off once, not till I got back to the yard.
For 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What, while
Like,
you're
just
fueling
solid.
up, sleeping in it?
Yeah, I was. They told me not to. Yeah, as in like, while it's cold, yeah, just don't turn it off. You can fuel. You know what I mean? As in like, it's fine.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, Chloe, you can tell he doesn't have a fucking Volvo. You stay at a traffic lights for too long and then the fucking thing knocks itself off.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, our trucks did that, but it was a little bit longer. It was like 3 minutes. All our trucks, every
Yeah.
truck in the country, nearly. I feel like, if you idle for too long, without
It will just cut out.
acknowledging it or whatever, right, it would just cut off. It
And
was
you know
funny.
you can turn that off, Tom, right?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
I put the PTO on.
I was going to say, or you put the PTO on and it just doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
It just
That's what I always do.
Right.
Remind me again what the PTO is. I'm feeling.
Oh, fucking,
It's
what's that word
to
again?
work the hydraulics. Right?
Gotcha.
We've done this before. And
Yeah, and I've
we
forgotten it
couldn't
already.
Explain.
No, I remember. I
Don't
saw the
give
video.
us more emails again, please. We are not mechanics. We're just drivers.
Yeah, so we were talking about as in like why were they requiring everybody to shut all electronics off, and you were trying to disprove it with the whole Bitbusters with the gas station, so that's where we veered off, and I'm just rewinding back to that.
No. So you don't have to. You can just use your mobile wherever you want. Then basically, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I
But
don't know.
there's this whole thing that you're not technically meant to have mobiles to your ear, are you? They're actually designed that you're meant to have them on speakerphone away from your ear.
Are they?
What?
Yeah, have you not seen
Well,
that?
yes, they're designed for that option.
Because
they're
there's
not
like this
designed
whole thing.
to do it.
There's this whole thing now where people are getting brain cancer or brain
Oh my
stuff.
God.
And apparently it's to do with the fact that phones are only ever designed to be at distance.
You
But
probably
I
heard
only
that from the
imagine
same
that's-
people who think that the world is flat.
Yeah.
This is true. But yeah, that's...
Because otherwise, if that was true, the default option would be speaker.
Yeah, and there'd be warnings all over it, surely.
Well,
like,
exactly, yeah.
if you
Like,
put this
'cause
by your
if-
ear, you will
you gotta think,
potentially
If
die.
you have headphones in and you put the volume up too high, it says, like, listening to the music at this volume could damage your
yeah.
ears.
Yeah, they'd have to put
I-
a disclaimer on it, wouldn't they? Everything's got to have
Exactly.
disclaimers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think in California they do, because everything, I believe in California, if you go into anywhere and you get a tin of paint, it says the state of California says that this may be a carcinogenic and you will
That's
die
right.
if you use it.
How did you know that? How do you know that?
I fucking am. Honestly, I'm amazing me. I watch a YouTuber called William Osman.
Oh, okay.
And in it, he was using. Oh, he went to like a hardware store, and that was my American accent.
That was amazing.
I thought it
Believe
quite
I was
good.
really there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, honestly, yeah, living it. And no, so he went there, and like he always reads it out about like OSB and shit like that. Whenever he always get like big planks of wood. That's pretty much it.
Okay, thank you.
That's the whole story. I
Brilliant.
feel like we got sidetracked there.
We're just a little
That
bit.
really went somewhere, yeah.
Oh yeah, it really did. Yeah, truly did. But you got off the island safely.
Oh yeah, I got off there safely. Oh, then I found
Right.
blooming traffic and I had to turn around, but that's another story.
Excuse me?
Well, you found traffic. You were looking for traffic. You found it.
No.
Good.
When I get out of blooming Exeter, I find blooming traffic, don't I? I literally, you know, like when you check and nothing pops up saying there's road closures. There was like a slight 10-minute delay, so everyone all followed this road. Turned out there was a blooming road closure because of a crash, and it didn't say it. It said, "Oh, the road's open now." So all these people
tell
were
you
trying to get
what,
through.
Google Maps, I found just the past couple of months, because I use it in combination with the TomTom, so I use both, and then that
While
way,
you're parked.
Yes.
Yeah, sure, why not?
In traffic, yeah.
No, so I have my phone on with Google Maps, and I've got my TomTom there, so I can kind of that way. If Google says, "Oh, this way is 20 minutes faster," I can kind of go,
You
"Okay,
can judge
well,
it,
is
yeah.
the TomTom saying that?" But I've actually found the TomTom's been finding its route around traffic, and Google Maps has been sending me down there.
Oh, really?
And for whatever
Maybe people
reason,
literally just leave a site and go, haha, I'm going to stick some people up here and go, it's clear now, as they drive off.
Well, so I wondered, I wondered, could emergency vehicles be using it? Because
What?
obviously, with the
But
way
surely they want you
TomTom
to keep
with-
clear.
No. So with the way Google Maps works,
Right.
so whenever if you're on your technically you don't even have to be using Google Maps, do you? Just as long as your phone's on, it will track your
All right, it'll
your
track
phone,
where you are. Yeah.
and it will see how long it takes you to get down a certain stretch of road. That's how it can be so accurate,
Right.
and it can work it out, and it can work out. Okay, well, vehicles take 2 minutes 30 seconds to get down this road. But I was wondering, are emergency vehicles at least having the phones on, and is it detecting them and going, okay, this vehicle got down there in 30 seconds, so there was no issues there. So obviously it's open again, and obviously if other vehicles, emergency vehicles, and like say, or as an example, if they've closed the road further back, but the traffic that they've got boxed in as such, they're now sending around it. And
Right.
they're going to kind of contain it. So Google Maps is kind of going, okay, there are vehicles moving on this road. Is that what it's kind of picking up, maybe?
Why couldn't it even pick up people who are walking or bicycles, skateboarders?
So,
you know what I'm
yes,
saying?
it does.
Possibly, yeah.
It does. And I know this because of Pokemon Go. Do you remember Pokemon Go?
Yeah,
Yes.
I remember people playing that.
Right. So,
Where everyone kept
I
walking into
believe I think it was Singapore. There was an old guy who was obsessed with it, and he got his bike set up with like a special mount with like 30 different like phones.
No,
all on it.
he
It's like
didn't.
really
What?
all this like this super elaborate thing. We'll see. I'll send you a picture and you can post it up just so that those people watching on YouTube can see it. But just imagine like a bike, just with. It's above his head height, if I remember correctly.
So like a
with all
Lambretta,
these
you know, with like
phones.
the mirrors everywhere, but just with phones.
Yes, yeah, a bit like if you know the mopeds that they had back on what was it called?
The Italian Job, isn't it?
No, it's not.
No, they're not on the
what
Italian
were they
Job,
called?
are
Oh, this,
It looks like
Minis.
it looks like a peacock
yes,
Yeah.
with his feathers.
So he set this up to do Pokemon Go, but because he had so many phones all online and
Oh,
all
no.
traveling,
Oh wow!
Google Maps was thinking there was a traffic jam.
Everywhere he went,
So everywhere he went, you could
So
see
people were
on
avoiding
Google
him.
Maps.
he's like,
So
"Why is there no traffic here?"
Well, because it looked like Google Maps thought, oh, there's 30 cars here, all traveling at 1 mile an hour. Well, this isn't fast enough, is it?
That's
So,
awesome.
That's brilliant.
so yeah, it does. Yeah, it's that is. It's fucking clever how it works.
So if you want to mess with Google Maps, literally just load up your car with about 30 phones. It's what you're saying.
Well,
or
yeah, and-
get a trailer full of phones and just go 1 mile an hour down the road.
I will say, I think TomTom does that as well. Because
Yeah, because they're all syncing up now, aren't they?
Well, they do, and I've seen it where it says that there was traffic in 1 mile, and it popped up and said traffic in 1 mile, and there was nothing there, but there was a bunch of the same trucks or same company trucks all in a lay-by at the exact same spot.
Right.
And I think they must have
They
all
all
been
had the
using
sat-nav.
TomTom because they all stopped. They've all sent the data back saying, "Okay, we've stopped now," and then
Yeah.
it says, "Oh, there's traffic here." It is bloody clever how it works.
It's clever, but then when you say it's like that, it's not
but in
necessarily
fairness,
working.
It's
But
it's few and far between. For the most part, it does work. And
Yeah.
I will say, I mean, obviously, I wouldn't solely rely on Google Maps.
No.
I've got in trouble when I've just used Google Maps, but then I've always got in trouble when I've just used TomTom. It seems. I mean, what is it? What's the sat nav choice out in
Well,
the States?
oh, right,
You have Garmin and
Garmin.
Are
Garmin.
are Garmin the number one? Because I was talking to
I would
Canadian
say
driver.
it is. I can't think of it right now. There's a bigger one, but Garmin's pretty popular. I had a Garmin, but I didn't. I never used it. I actually gave it away to a student Well, I say gave it away, but he was supposed to pay me for it, but he never did.
So you gave it away unintentionally.
No, yeah, I was like, I felt bad for the guy. He bought. First of all, he got a present from his wife for Christmas of a GPS. I was like, wait, is that a car GPS? I don't know. Is it?
Oh,
I'm like,
no.
I don't know. I'll bring it in tomorrow, dude. This will literally get you fired. Not by just having it, just the fact that you're going to use it. Because the guy really shouldn't have been a truck driver. He really, I told him, like, dude, I'm sorry, but you may want to look at a different career. He was so bad. He was like, he had the same.
Wait, you 1 second. You told a person that they might want to choose a different career. That is cold. Oh my word!
How did you take it?
I told how he
cancel the rest of the podcast. This all we're talking about for the rest of the podcast is just this.
Okay, let's just okay. So his last job, for basically from the age of I don't know, like 18 on. All right, he was roughly around maybe 40, 45. He had the exact same job in the exact same position. He was a line worker where he's like at a conveyor belt when he's just putting stuff together.
Yeah.
And so for 20 odd years, his brain has never expanded from that.
Right.
He took the exact same route to work and exact same back. He did not wear the pants in the house. He just was told what to do. He just did it. There was no, and it was
there was no activity.
And teaching him anything new, it was like, no, he wasn't. You're not learning. And like I'll try my best. And I had him for too long. Like I seriously, they wouldn't let me. I wouldn't say they wouldn't let me. It was up to my discretion how long I had a student for. All right. Sometimes I had it for 2 weeks, a week, even a few days. And sometimes I had him for 2 months. You know, and it's just like, and I know I was a local driver as well. All right, and meaning as in like I'm home every night, and usually they're home every night if they're local, if they live locally. But I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and let's go on a trip. Let's go to Denver. All right, I could just I just want to try one more thing with him, and it just didn't work. He lasted 2 weeks. He hit something. He hit many things. And it was just, I told him, I'm like, okay, I said at the very end, as in like, because now they have to get tested out at the end of training. All right. And if they don't actually, so they, and like, so that's to make sure, as in like, because otherwise they're relying on us, to say he's good enough. But I don't think that's good enough. Like, test them out. They just have, they have a few tests that way, as in like, I'll tell you right now, he's not good enough. And then I was like, all right, let's test him out. And I taught him how to pass the test, which, you know what I mean, as in like, just do this, do that, and that. So I feel like, but yeah, he didn't last very long.
I think right there that goes to prove how it is with tests in the UK.
Yeah.
So did he actually pass the test or not?
He passed the test from the company.
He just didn't last very long.
He just didn't last long. It's just new information, and he ended up using the truck, the GPS wrong. All right. He ended up turning. He had it on the car part where you can turn into a car, and then he went down. He ended up hitting a tree. He ended up going. He got stuck in the middle of a neighborhood. Gosh. It was just like I don't know what to do, and I'm like, I'm at the pub, and he's giving me a call. And I'm like literally on the phone with him playing pool. I got a cue in one hand and I got my ear to the other one. Okay. All right. So this is what you do.
That's how few fucks you were giving it at that point. So you're like, listen, I appreciate you're in like the worst moment of your life, but I'm playing pool and
I was talking to him. I was still, I can't just stop. There's people waiting. There's a bunch of quarters. All right. There's other people wanting to play the game. You know what I mean? I can't just stop and like, hey, I gotta do a job thing. Like, no, that took me like half an hour to even get on that table. All right, and I wasn't gonna fucking get off. All right, all right. But yeah, no, he wasn't the only one. There was a few others too. Like there was just one guy I fucking yelled at. I yelled at him because he was so fucking stupid, and it was just more like
you're brutal.
No, but here's the thing: you're hearing the worst parts. 97% of the time, I'm actually good and I'm patient and you hear fantastic stories, but there's a few guys that will test my patience. It will, and it was just more like where you're like, where they won't do it. And like, okay, so like, okay, let's say you're just trying to move over a few feet. Let's say you're perfectly parallel to the lines, but you just need to move over a few feet. All right. So you go to the left, you go to the right, you kind of hold a little bit more to the right and then back to the left until you're straight. he wouldn't do that. He kept on doing this weird fucking thing, and like, look, and okay. So remember now, watch what you're doing. All right, you know, it was just more of like, and he couldn't do it, and it just, yes, I am an asshole. Okay, fine. I got tested and I failed. I admit that I probably should have kept my cool, but for a month and a half, I kept my cool. All right, and it was just getting so fucking bad, and I was just getting irritated, and yeah, he didn't. I don't think he lasted. Yeah, I already know. Like it's pretty easy. They don't last long with the company. All right, they don't. You know, like I can tell the good ones and the bad ones. You know, that's pretty easy.
You can tell.
So I've trained, as in like properly trained one person, which is Zoe, and I could tell. I don't know if you had this, but she had at the time she didn't have confidence in what she could do. I had more confidence in her abilities than she did.
Well, that's usually the case. That is
quite a lot of the time.
Is that quite
oh,
regular?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, if someone's got inexperience,
yeah.
100%.
There's nothing worse than when a guy has too much confidence. I hate those guys. No, there's
yes.
You know, again, I could go on for hours talking about students, but there's this guy, and he was good. He was fucking good. You know what I mean? As in like, are you? I feel like he already was, and I was like, okay. And I told him, all right, dude, you're very good. All right, you're picking up, because the downshifting was like, okay, very good, very good. You know, and I wanted to, all right, let's just give him some advanced training, okay, and
just test
but as in, like, I still, I told him he was good, but I didn't say he was the best. He was the best, but I didn't want to say that he was the best, because he was cocky too. It was just more of like,
I know that sort, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
And,
you don't want to praise them because they're too cocky. You're just like, oh.
And there was times when I tell him what to do. I'm like, no, seriously, do just shift, or whatever. I can't remember exactly what it was, but he'd get really butthurt because, like, dude, I'm seriously trying to teach you something, all right, that you don't know. And then, like, but anyway, it was just, there was just one guy. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry.
You're getting well into this.
So it was day one. And he said he drove a dump truck one time for a few years or months or whatever it was, you know what I mean? So he had a big vehicle experience. And so we're at a dock. All right, so go ahead and pull over here, and then make a right-hand turn when you get to here, left, and then he was like, dude, just let me do it. I got this. Okay, just let me back up. You don't need to. Okay. So I got out, and I watched him back in, and I watched him hit a pole. Yeah, I literally well, it was a big concrete pole, and I was like, I knew he wasn't going to do any damage because the bumper, it was like the bumper hit it. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I think there probably was some significant damage, just
to his ego,
to his pride.
yeah, and again, and of course, and like, it was one of those ones. Isn't like, so do you want me to teach you? I'm like, yeah. Sure. Let's do it.
Sure, why not? That's brilliant.
I mean, just very quickly though, on a scale of 1 to 10, how happy were you about his?
Yeah, I mean, 11, of course. Obviously.
This person's miserable, and I'm loving it right now.
But there's a reason. There's a reason too of why when they are cocky and that where they're. When you're that confident, that's when you start getting the accidents. That's when I started to get into my minor little accidents. Is when I just started getting cocky. You know, when I started getting really, really good. You know, because the first year
you take things too fast, don't you? As well.
Yeah, I was so careful for the first year. You know what I mean? And just never went over the speed limit. I got out and looked every single time. I was excessively, and then I just like, I've gotten out and looked 100 times every single time. You know, and it's just, I got this. I think I got this whole backing thing, you know what I mean? But
so I've talked about this before. I was just going to search it. It's the Dunning-Kruger confidence curve.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah, and it's basically where the more, if you imagine a graph, and up is confidence and the levels of confidence you have in your abilities, and across is the actual experience. There's always like that novices always get that very, very sharp rise in confidence, and it's that sharp rise in confidence that you find most big mistakes happen, and then
it was suddenly sheer drop.
Well, exactly, and as you start getting more experience, you start realizing I know fuck all with what I'm doing. Actually, I tell you what. I will just quickly. I'll just on the kind of on the confidence thing. I'll just quickly talk about. Do you remember I had that accident a little while ago?
Which one?
If you you can fuck right off.
That's a good question. She beat me to it.
Thank you.
Why do I even have friends at
I
this
mean,
point? Why
you
the
have to
fuck do I have
clarify-
friends?
We have to clarify this for everyone listening. They're probably going, "Which one, Tom? Come on, which one?"
Yeah, you're all bastards. The one where I drove under with my sheet on.
Oh,
right,
okay,
right,
this
sheeting.
one. Right, yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, it was. It's really knocked my confidence.
Was it really?
It's
What still?
It's really knocked my confidence.
What, as in worried about the sheeting system, or just like
so
checking
like,
things?
over checking.
It gets easier. It gets
I
better.
know it does. But going under bins, I find myself getting so stressed and so wound up about it. Like I've been to like one of the places where we have to keep going under bins. I've been telling them. I went up to the weighbridge this week. I'll be honest, yeah, I might have had a bit of it. I wasn't an ask the weighbridge person, but I did have a bit of a stecky, and I did like I did throw my dummy out the pram. And, I was like, I'm not going under the bin. You're gonna have to load me with a shovel. I'm not going under.
Wow.
Absolutely not. I just said I'm not doing it. Load me with a shovel. I'm not going under there. They did. They're nice. I was saying to them, I'm not meaning to be a dick to you guys. It's me. I'm stressed out about it. I don't like it.
But have you gone? You have though since, or was this?
Yeah, it's kind of like if you fall off a horse, you've just got to get back on and do it.
I know, but when I know there's the option of the shovel, I don't really see why I should go under the bin when I don't like it. A lot of people don't like them. There are other issues, so we've got auto sheeters, and the strap. It's does your walking floor, does that have auto sheets or not?
Yeah,
or
auto sheet.
So do you know the center strap on it, the one the middle one that pulls it over? Because it's an aggregate trailer, it's a lot lower down. The product, as the product's coming down off the thing, when it hits the center bar, it pulls the strap down,
right,
and it pins it to the ground of the trailer. Does that make sense,
everything.
David?
Yeah.
There?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if you did. Stop. I was just double checking it. But basically, it means that
it's buried under everything, isn't it?
So it's the only way you can actually, if that happens, you then have to tip out all the product anyways, and then load it with a shovel. What? So
can you not throw it over then? Oh, it's automatic, isn't it?
It's automatic.
So it's all mechanic.
It's all kind of.
Oh, that's a bit of a bad flaw.
Yeah, well, so there's that, and if you just basically if you spend too much time in the center, it'll just bury the straps immediately. So you've got to very quickly do it, but you've got to do it while not looking and just judging where the product's coming down.
Are you rolling?
So yeah, it's basically.
So you got to move with this.
Okay.
So what you do is you go under this bin. It comes down through basically a big funnel.
Yeah.
That is, kind of like, it pulls out about 1 meter by 1 meter, let's say. And then you slowly drive forwards, so the product's kind of going towards the back, but you can't see any of this. The only thing that you've got is you can hear. So you can hear it hitting. There's a bar that goes over the very center of the trailer, and so you can hear it clanging on that. So you know when you're doing it, but you've got to kind of judge it. And the only way to actually
I can understand.
Yeah, if you explain it that,
being a little scared. Like at first, I'm sure you did it. You were like, "Awesome, I get to do this." You know what I mean? All confidence in the world because it looked like because it's kind of new. It looks kind of fun.
I felt like a proper tipper driver though when I went under it. I was like, "Oh yeah, look at me! I'm like one of the fucking big boys." Yeah, fucking curtain sider. Oh shit! Sorry, I shouldn't say that word. We'll mark that one down. Sorry.
Right.
Sorry, Dave.
Whatever, dude. How many bleeps did we have in the first minute last time?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, this is true.
But I did feel like a bit of, but now I'm just like, I start getting cold sweats. I start going in there and I start kind of getting lined up for it. And you've got to call this number and you've got to make sure everything. And then the other thing is,
it's all the pre-checks as well, the work up to it before you make it
there's full pre-checks, but then you've got to, the thing is, you've got to get the vehicle exactly centre as you go in through this. And if you don't get it exactly centre, then it'll start pouring over the sides, and it's just stressful.
It seems like a bit of a stupid design then, really. They may as well just do it with a bucket every single time.
Exactly. My point.
Like, potentially it could be something really good, but then if it's got all these flaws, you've got to be this precise and blah, blah, blah. So it seems a little bit like a flaw, really.
There is one that we go under, and it has a big TV screen on it.
Nice one.
And the TV screen has a camera pointing down, and then as you're driving in, it's got it's got a projected image on the ground, so you can see the center of it.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really smart. And if they all had this, I wouldn't mind it so much. But basically, as you go in, you can see exactly where the product's going to come out. It marks it on the bed of your trailer, so you can actually see it in this thing. And you just drive forwards, you fill it all up, out, bish bosh bosh. Doesn't bury the strap. It's perfect, absolutely perfect every single time. But there's only 1 out of 6 bins that does that, which is just shit, really. In a way, but,
they should all do that, really. If it's that,
it's
that good,
oh my word,
why would you
really
just not do that everywhere?
Really is. It makes
such extra money, isn't it?
So, Chloe,
yes,
are you? Have you changed jobs?
I might have done.
What are you doing now?
So you got fired, then, have you?
I've not been fired. I've been promoted, bastard. Not you.
Wait.
So you actually got a promotion?
Well, I've just been swapped into lorries. I'm now in Roro's full time as of Monday.
So you have an actual truck with a.
I had a truck before.
But it was a truck, but it was you're a smaller vehicle. How long is your vehicle now?
So, I don't know. I've got to look at the dimensions to do that.
No,
it's an 8-wheeler. Yeah, it's a Roro. So it's like the size of a tipper anyway, but like a rigid tipper.
Oh, you're a rigid?
Yeah, rigid.
Oh, okay. So is there any pivot point? There's no actual...
No pivot point, not unless I go in the wagon drag, no.
Gotcha.
So it's purely rigid.
So does this one not have its own trailer?
This one doesn't, no. I can drive the Roro wagon drag, but I'm just being moved across to Roros permanently.
Okay.
We won't go into why.
And why? Why permanently? Why?
But why? We definitely want to know. No, we want to know why.
Why? How come? How did the position come available, Chloe?
So,
come on, you have to be as tactful, but you have to tell us. You cannot let us. You can't give us this tidbit and not explain why.
The driver doesn't know about this yet. So I've got to be a little bit tactical. Obviously, it's not coming out till Monday, and he doesn't listen anyway.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Does anybody that he knows listen?
So he also doesn't know that you were calling him a massive wanker before the episode as well.
He's not a massive wanker. Oh, shut up, you. Basically, we might have had another Roro go on its side this week.
Another one?
Another one.
How much experience do you have on Roros?
Me? I've got like a couple of years.
Yeah, meaning as in like a couple of years of doing it every single day.
Not every single day. I've been skip driving for 5 years now. Just literally 5 years. Coming up this, it was 5 years the other day. Woo! Sorry, I got really excited then.
I'm just
5 years.
What is going to prevent you from tipping it over? Like, do you have a ton of it? Okay. So
not loading a bin and then having the digger help you might help me from tipping it.
Oh, shit. Right. Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
So a bin that was too heavy. If we're going to go into it, a bin that was too heavy and then the digger helped him load it. So, of course, the chassis just literally bent like a banana and went, nah, not doing this.
Gotcha. So the cable wasn't strong enough or the motor wasn't strong enough
done
to
on a
actually
hook.
put it on.
Yeah. So obviously the bowing gears got cut off, and at 34 ton, maybe a little bit over, like the maximum gross, I can't remember, it's like 20 ton or something. it will just literally cut out and go, nah, not doing it. It's not safe.
Fair enough.
But obviously, the machine helping, it obviously went, okay, I can load up, and then got so far, and then it literally just went crack, and that went.
Sucks.
So I'll tell you something that I let an excavator do, and after that Dunning-Kruger thing, now I'm thinking about it. I wouldn't today have done the same thing.
Right.
So I tipped the body on sand, and the drive axle sunk into the sand, so I couldn't go forwards, but I needed to get the rest of the product out. And the guy said, well, what I can do is I'll push you and the product. So basically, he's going to come behind the trailer,
Yeah.
push it with the excavator, with the body in the air.
So you're in the tipper at the moment, yeah?
So in the tipper.
Right, yeah.
He basically said, I'll come behind you, you drive a little bit forwards, and I'm going to push you.
Push you out.
From the trailer, and I'm going to push like that. But he's going to put the shovel inside the body.
Yeah.
Now that I have more experience, I know how utterly stupid that was. Because if he'd got it the wrong way round, it'd have put too much pressure on the body was completely in the air, 45 degrees.
Yeah.
If he'd done that wrong, it would have just snapped it and just gone, and potentially tipped the whole body over.
Yeah.
And today, like now, there's not a chance I'd have told him to piss right off. But at the time, I was like, oh, well, yeah, if you've done this before, mate, sure. That sounds all right. Yeah. Yeah, if you get me out, fucking A.
The thing is, though, sometimes
don't do that, Tom.
When you're early on, you don't always know any better. And you think, well, actually, yeah, if he's done that before, it makes total sense. And I think this guy probably had the spleen of, oh, yeah, I've done it before. You know, that will just help you. And he's gone, yeah, whatever,
exactly.
Let's just do it.
And you do think sometimes someone comes over and they're like, oh yeah, we've done this before, and they have so much confidence. You do start thinking,
yeah, but they've probably done it before and it worked, but they should never attempt it in the first place. But
just because you can do something
doesn't
necessarily mean you should do something.
Yeah, absolutely. Too many times.
Yeah,
I think it's one of them things where, I mean, yes, the driver's an idiot for doing it, but I think there's more of us on the road that, given put in the same position with the customer there, and you don't want to disappoint the customer.
The customer
you
also
need to get
said
back, you're under pressure.
He also said it wasn't that bad. It was in mud, and from what the customer said, it was wedged in the mud. So I think he had a bit of naivety, like, oh, okay, so you just need a bit of help to hoist it. And then obviously once it started going so far, it went, okay, we're going. And I think that was the...
Speaking of mud, weren't you stuck in mud there recently?
You're doing really well, David.
That was that was a much better transition. I liked that
brilliant.
one.
You fucking ruined the transition. You ruined it. I was
excited for you.
But acknowledging the transition is ruining it.
No, it's not. I'm complimenting the transition. I'm saying it's really good.
You could have complimented after the story. Okay, whatever.
You're in the moment. Yeah, all right. It's all about me at the moment. So
I did say at the beginning of this is going to be a Chloe heavy episode.
I'm so sorry. I'm reveling in it. I might have been stuck in the mud. So we've got this building site that I absolutely love, by the way. And obviously mud is really bad at the moment because it's building sites and it's winter and rain and obviously mud's around. And this one site I loved, but now I dislike. So when they scoop up mud because it's in the tracks and then they put it in a corner. Yeah.
Yes.
So they decided to do that all in front of a skip, or 4 skips to be exact, of ours. Bear in mind, I'd not been in this job, I hadn't been doing this job for over a week or two. Someone else had been doing it and been complaining. And apparently when I put it there, it was a little bit of mud, but it wasn't that bad. But since then, they'd scooped all the mud and obviously all the rain. It was like a swamp. So... And it was like a mud pit to get to as well. I'm skidding up. It's hard. It's awkward. It's horrible. And they were just like the other guy that the other driver, Matt, kept going up to their office and going, look, this is not acceptable. We can't be traipsing around this. It's like, it was over your ankles at this point. And like, that's being careful, avoiding it, putting bits of block down to avoid it, dragging out skips to get, so we're not actually going in it. Anyway, it came to the inert one on my day. And obviously I knew that there was this mud, and I turned up to do this inert skip, 8-yard inert, in the corner at the very bottom. And basically, it was one of those, like, if I just keep refusing, we're not getting anywhere. So I thought, right, I'll try my very best, and then I'll try and give a whinge and see how far I get. So anyway, I managed to do one, absolutely fine. I managed to avoid it fairly well. Got back to do the other one, and I put bits of wood down and things. And basically, when you commit to something and you do a bit of a dawn French.
Yeah, no, you
dawn
have to
French,
commit something.
Yeah, where you like jump in a puddle and then you that's it. You're immediately smothered. Yeah, I kind of like, I put out this bit of wood and I sort of walked along this bit of wood. And obviously it sunk a little bit and I was like, well, that bit over there looks all right. So I kind of, you make that decision and you go, right, let's just jump for it and see. So obviously I jumped and my feet kind of gave way as I was like just sunk as I was going, because it obviously just went, oh, wait, on one foot, bang, straight in the mud. Other foot lands in other mud. And at this point I'm knee high in mud. In normal wet boots, not even wellies.
No.
So I am knee high in mud. And then I actually recorded it. So it's going to be in my vlog for this week, by the way, guys.
Nice.
And I literally, there's a bit where I look absolutely nuts because I've just stood in mud laughing, because at this point you just can't do anything. You can't do anything, can you? You've made the sacrifice, you've failed, and you just laugh. Just gotta laugh it off. By the way, before you start, I went up to their offices and obviously walked in, and I poked my head around the corner and I was like, hi guys, and they're like, hello, you're right. I was like, yeah, I've got an issue, and they're like, you're right. And I walked in and they go, oh, that's a big issue, oh my god, we're so sorry. Like, they literally took it seriously then and sorted out instantly, so it worked. Woohoo.
Yay.
So yeah,
Nice.
go on. Sorry, David, go on.
No,
it worked.
It worked.
Okay, it worked.
Yeah. I had to jet wash my legs down.
Oh yes, I imagine so. Yeah, getting stuck for trucks I don't know what it's like in Europe or England or whatever, but a lot of our drop yards are just mud and just gravel, and it's just absolutely just destroyed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But see, a lot of people, they don't know how to disconnect and reconnect to a trailer the best way. They know how to do it. They know that, like, you just back up, you hear a click, you make sure it's locked, you're good to go. That's fine. Okay, right? But there's a lot of minor things. All right, for that 5% chance or 1% chance of when you're, let's say you're disconnecting, and you end up doing it wrong or whatever, and you end up peeling out. So you dig a little hole. You didn't even take any notice, but so the next person connects to it maybe, and then he's digging a hole, and then another hole, because the more you back up to it or whatever, right? And it's just now there's this huge holes, and then over time now you see wood pallets all over the place, you know, because it could be like a basically trying to get traction or whatever, right? And you see it all the time. I used to love there was this, a lot of times it just drop yards off the side of the road where multiple companies. Go ahead.
You're talking about putting wood pallets down for traction?
Yeah, just so, because they've dug so many
bad.
holes. See, a lot of times, because what happens is you got these, because this would be a drop yard for multiple carriers. Basically, it would be like a distribution, and when they're done with the empty trailer, they would take the empty trailer. Now, again, it would be this small little truck that has a hydraulic lift for the trailer, so he never actually has to touch the landing gear. All right, so he doesn't have to do any cranking or whatever, right? So he'll take that over to the yard and just put it wherever. You know, sometimes it could be a foot above the fifth wheel. You know what I mean? So when you're backing up to it, people are not checking the height, and you know, and it's so they're going completely under it, and then you have to bring down whatever, and it's just I don't know. But some of those drop yards, some of those are just absolutely hilarious how big the holes are, and just watching so many people just struggle, and I've been there. I've struggled so many times. I got completely stuck where I had to get on my hands and knees and just get a bunch of gravel underneath just to get traction and all that kind of stuff, you know. But no, I've learned. I think I've learned, like, the amount of mistakes that I get. made a lot of mistakes. You've learned from these mistakes. Now I
Yeah.
know how to approach it. Approach it at like a 45-degree angle where there's 2 holes haven't been dug yet. When you're trying to connect to a trailer, that because a lot of people have just given up or whatever. But it's I don't know. It is funny how often it is, and these are the kind of things that a lot of people don't teach. It's just hard to teach. It's just kind of it's like, I don't know. It's weird. But,
I mean, they need better maintenance, surely, for that sort of yard. That's quite extreme.
It is, but they just don't care. They just don't care. It's as simple as that.
So fracking.
Yeah.
Like where they basically pile down into the ground to basically get the oil up.
Oh,
So
okay.
The type of
I'm not
rock
going to lie.
that
I
they
thought that was
use-
some weird, dodgy name for something. But yeah, go
I
on.
did too. First time I heard it.
Yeah. So no, it's
Frack
not.
off.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, I was
So
going with you said about flapping the other day. I was going with that.
So the rock that they dig into is like what they dig into is the shale.
Right.
Just because I think shale's got quite a high oil content, and so it makes the rock, when it compounds to mud, it makes it kind of slippy and oily.
Oh,
And
okay.
then the other one, which is an issue, is clay. Obviously, I mean, you've used clay when you're back at school, and you felt how slippy and stuff
Yeah,
like that
that's
is.
boggy. Yeah.
But when clay and shale mix, mwah, it is creme de la creme. There
Really?
is nothing else like it. If you want low traction, this is the stuff. this is the stuff. If you want,
Not snow or ice.
if you want, no. If it's snow and ice, that's a different. Yeah, we're into. This stuff.
This is mud territory.
Honestly, it's perfection. If you don't want brakes, this is the stuff. Honestly, it's great. Anyways, the thing is, brickyards, brick is made from shale and clay,
Oh no.
where you will find these two items mixed really, really well. And if the road sweepers haven't been in, say for instance this week, because of repairs, it's something else. I came into the brickyard
What have you done?
and I came in, and as I started coming in, I then hit it as I was on a bit of a bend, and I'm turning, and I'm like, oh, that's the trailer.
Oh no!
So fucking left turn, bit of acceleration, and so there's another truck turning, and what he must have seen in another truck tipping, and what he must have seen in the mirror. Oh my god! I hope my boss doesn't listen to this week. What he must have seen in the mirror is this truck with the trailer going forwards, the truck going sideways with full left lock on, trying to get.
So you're literally jackknifing.
Oh yeah. No, I managed to recover it
How
out.
big
Like,
is this yard?
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's like, we're talking like 15 meters that it happened over, but it happened
See, it
real
was-
quick.
At
It
least
was
you
like
had the room though. Jesus.
the second I hit it, I was just like, it just fucking flicked around. Like, I mean, I was coming into that as a tipper pace, we'll say, but
Mhm.
because there was so much of this stuff on the ground, the trucks were then tracking it onto the road, and it's basically you come out the gates and you go
no.
straight, but you've got no traction, and so you're coming out of this place, and there's this section where, because you've got it on the tires and it's on the road, you all you can hear is. And like the truck's trying to flick you left and right, and you're fighting with it the entire way, and way! And like I came out, and this guy gave me this look of like, what the fuck are you doing? Honestly, he looked at me like I was an absolute lunatic because I was fighting with the bloody.
That's funny.
It was a lot of fun. I like driving on it. Although I did nearly slam into the gates at one point because I came up
Oh
and
no.
there was nothing. There was no grip at all, and I wasn't even going that quick. And I put the brakes on. I'm like, yeah, now it's time to stop. Now it's time to stop. Now it's time. It can't have been more than a meter off the fucking gates. Like by the time it got done, yeah, it was bad this week. It was real bad this week.
You guys get snow in England. Do you ever?
Not really. Not like you. No.
Yeah,
Have you-
yeah. we no. I say this when I was a kid, we got snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We have the odd year, and it just comes to a standstill. Everyone just stops.
Yeah, it's crazy. There was this. No, it wasn't snowing. All right, but it was cold. It was probably minus 10 degrees. All right, Celsius. And I'm nearly home, and so I'm driving and it starts raining. I'm like, oh shit, that's rain. I look at the temperature. Oh fuck.
Oh no.
Oh, oh my god, what does that mean? Again, I'm not new. I'm not a new driver, but I've never experienced frozen rain before. And I was like, oh shit. And so then I was like, I look behind me. Is there anybody?
But when you say frozen rain, are you talking?
Once it hits the ground,
ice storm.
It's so cold.
Once it hits the ground, immediately ice.
Have you not seen those videos where the cars are covered in it? Yeah.
Yeah. And like they literally peel it off.
Yeah.
No, I've never. We had it where the pavements turned to ice in the town, but no, nothing like
basically,
that.
It's liquid until it hits the ground. And as soon as it hits the ground, it's immediate ice. So I'm like, I thought it was pretty early. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock.
No.
I think, but it was a Sunday, so there wasn't that much traffic. Like, let's hit the brakes. Oh no.
Oh no, nothing at all.
I was like, I had a little bit like dunk, and then so I was like, so I kind of rolled to a slow. I put my hazards on and everything, and then eventually I'm just moving along, and I'm like, I don't want to stop. There was nobody else stopping. I'm not going to be a distraction. I was like, right, okay. So now that I'm going a little slower, I have more traction. I have a little more grip and all that. Little bit. You know what I mean? I was empty. One thing as well, I was empty. So you never want to be empty on the ice.
No, you don't. You don't.
And so, okay, I had a good intention of putting my chains on. I just like, okay, right now I can't do it here. And so I'm switching freeways, and there's a bit of a curve going around when you get onto the freeway. And it went through a tunnel.
Is there a speed limit for chains?
Well, yeah, 20, 25, maybe 20. It depends. Okay, right. Yeah, and I've gone 35. Yeah, but yeah, and so there's this curve on the freeway. Now it's all stop and go traffic at this point. There's a huge pile. Just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was like 4 lanes plus a side lane for the exit, so 5 lanes basically going around this bend. And any bend that you have on a freeway is a little tilted, kind of banks.
It's got a camber to it. Yeah.
What is it called?
Camber.
I'll never remember that. Anyway, so yeah, but you basically had to drive at the highest point. Like I'm on the shoulder, practically in the grass, just in case that the trailer drifts, and every single truck it happened to, you know what I mean? So basically you were jackknifing, and so no cars would be next to you. The cars were, they realized that the cars knew that they couldn't be on that. And then
wow,
I saw it. As in like, but then I saw myself, okay, there's an overpass right here. Okay. As soon as I get to the overpass, my trailer is going to get grip and it's going to straighten up, and fucking hell it did. It would just straighten up immediately, really. So I went to the next overpass underneath and I parked. I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm done. And what was funny though is that when I did, so I parked and I chained up. Okay, but I felt pretty safe, even though I was on that bit of a curve. The amount of trucks that were drifting towards me, it was hilarious. I'm like on the shoulder. Body, meaning I'm out of the truck and everything, and I'm seeing a trailer. I wish I had my phone. I really wish I could have recorded this, because this is way back before we had cameras.
Yeah.
And they're literally jackknifing towards me, and I've seen the panic look on their face. I know as soon as they get to me, they're going to straighten up because I'm underneath an overpass. You know what I mean? But it was just, I got my chains on. I got every chain. I've never been so chained up in my entire life. But I was so scared.
Let me just. So you're saying the tracked unit's going forward because of the camber of the road.
Yeah.
The trailer was literally falling down to the
inside of the curve.
God damn.
Every truck. It was happening nearly with every truck.
But that's not
scary.
Even a jackknife. What even is that? That's
just like dragging a sleigh, isn't it? That's what it is. You're
wild.
like the reindeer, and that's Santa in the background.
That's crazy.
No, it was absolutely mental. And what sucks, like, you're not like I saw a few people actually put chains on their steer tires, I was told you weren't supposed to do that because it could do some damage because it's so close to the actual fender or whatever, you know. Like,
so it's when it's turning, I take it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. As in, like, but I was going down and off, and I was going down a ramp, basically, you know, going over a freeway, going down.
Yeah.
Just the amount of times I kept on sliding towards the concrete wall. It was just, I'm like,
That's
the thing
terrifying.
is, you can't go too slow, because if you go too slow, you'll end up stopping and then going, and you have no control. You know,
Yeah.
so you're supposed to
you
keep
need to keep
somewhat of a
momentum,
you know, and I don't know, it was so scary. I backed up to the dock, and I called my boss. I don't want to drive, dude. Like, seriously, I'm on my last life. All right, I literally, when I say my last life, meaning as like one more tiny little accident, I'm fired. And like I told him, like, as in, like, I don't want to do this, dude. I just want to just call it a day. Can I please? I want to keep my job. I'm like, no, dude, we got to get this load.
So we have opposite down here. So we are literally told not to drive in the snow, aren't we? And I think if cars have if it's that bad, they'll even say that we're not covered by insurance if we go out.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
I've been the same. I've been told by a boss, you're not going out.
Yeah.
Travis Perkins, I wanted to go in it because it's me, I'm a bellend, and it's snow, and that's fun.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Bellend plus fun equals, don't know, we never thought, we couldn't find out because they wouldn't let me go.
Driving, there was one time, there was so much snow, it was coming down so much that the snowplows couldn't keep up with it. So they were like, fuck it,
Wow.
we're done. We couldn't do it. So driving, it was hilarious driving on it. So you're just, it's just this, you know what I mean? It's like Ace Ventura pretending he's driving in a jungle. You know what I mean? It was just, you're just going over all the bumps and everything. And I, honestly, God, I drove, it was nearly for 2 months solid, maybe 3 months solid. I was basically, it was a good chance I was going to have to chain up. Because I was going over mountains. Because I was going to Idaho and back, from Portland to Idaho, and there was huge, you know, Cabbage. Have you ever heard of Cabbage Hill? It might be I feel like it's so famous that you might even heard it over there. It's just a huge hill that very windy and steep grade in Oregon. But yeah, it's called Cabbage Hill.
Have you ever seen the automatic train, the automatic chains?
Yes,
No.
Fucking
I have.
clever things, them. It's like so it doesn't chain the tire.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine like a road. You know the things on a road sweeper that spins round.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it's like them, but with chains.
Oh yes,
mean,
I have seen
but
them. Yeah.
It would make a fascinating Robot Wars robot.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be really good.
But then, like, it would catch people out, though. Can you imagine if you walked too close to that? It would.
I do believe it only.
It's on the inside of the
It's
truck.
only on the inside.
Oh, is
yes. Yeah. It drops down.
It's not a flail. It's not. I lost my ankles. A truck killed 15 people once today going along the A5. No, it's on the inside, Chloe. Don't worry.
I feel like every school bus has them. Because a lot of times you'll be driving along, all of a sudden you hear a chain, you know, because just clank or whatever, right? And it's just, yeah, because I do.
We've talked about this before.
Yeah, we have, but we have thousands, hundreds of thousands more listeners that haven't heard
God.
that. You know.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, I know. We have. I think I probably even mentioned to it, like, I have videos on how to chain up cables and chains. On
yeah,
my
you've
channel.
done videos because that random dude just turned up, didn't he? And got in your way.
Oh,
That's
that's right.
video?
That's right. He was just like, can you not see the 4 cameras pointing at me when I'm doing this? Like, can you?
Oh, right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Like, seriously?
What are you doing?
okay.
I nearly bought, and if it snows again, I'm gonna. You can get like socks for your car. They look
Yeah,
like
you can.
like
What, to keep your wheels warm?
Yes.
not to keep them warm, to keep traction in the snow.
I thought it might be like, Formula
No,
One.
no.
Formula One where they have the little gloves.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh, Chloe, I love you.
And then
I
you
do
get
love
like
you.
the things that go over your windows as well to keep the ice away. I thought it was like proper wrap it up.
But basically, they're doing the same work as chains.
Yeah.
Is what,
Right,
is what they
okay.
are.
I've never heard of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gives you,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure it
Clever.
gives you good traction. There's videos on it. But,
What is it, like
yeah.
a material then, or is it an actual
Yeah,
chain?
it looks like a kind of grey material. I guess it's like Kevlar or something like that, is it?
Oh, okay.
Like a kind of like it's like a fabric.
Right.
Hey,
that's what it looks like a fabric. It's obviously not. It's obviously like, well, I guess it is a fabric, and no matter whatever material it is, it becomes a fabric. But
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
do you mind if we do a little extra long podcast? Just because there's a certain topic that we had one topic today. All right, and that
Did
was that we posted that we haven't actually gotten to
Oh,
yet. But
we haven't.
I feel like
no.
it's important that we do. All right, and
Yeah.
so okay, if you've already listened for an hour, hey, here's a little bit more. Okay,
Have
we don't know.
some
We have
more.
no idea how long this is going to last, but you've already lasted this long, and you're sitting in a truck. What's an extra?
This was the confusion earlier on in the podcast, by the way.
Yeah.
Just to sum it up
you
now.
know, an hour ago. Fuck me, honest to God. Right, okay. So my topic, which I put to the group, I didn't know we put it out on the on Facebook and all of that. So that's where my confusion was. Plus, I wasn't listening because there was a donut involved. Long story.
That's
but
very
anyways.
true. Yes.
By the way, that was supposed to be. That wasn't me that fed that.
I know.
Yeah, I was going to say that was supposed to be like a really funny little joke, but neither of you reacted to it, and I was a bit
What,
disappointed.
the
by it.
donut?
Yeah, that was. It was supposed to be hilarious.
But
wasn't?
we didn't
What
know how
was
to
it?
react to it.
Yeah, we just saw you with a donut. We're like, well, we've seen that before. That's not new.
Well, you guys can go fuck yourselves, can't you? Right. If you could bring, so I heard this on another podcast. I will say, if you could bring any TV show back, what TV show would you bring back?
Bring back, as in like it was good and cancelled.
It was cancelled or stopped or something like that. Yeah.
Well, obviously, we've discussed it for IT crowd, 100%.
Yeah. I think that one that kind of goes without saying, really. That one there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I want, and I miss it, a TV show that you will have never heard of called Lost.
Oh, I was going to say Lost.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
I literally was going to say
I never
Lost.
watched it.
Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Wait, no.
Yeah, it's the one with the island. I think I watched like a couple of episodes and got bored of it.
No.
Why would you
no.
say Lost if that's not what you're talking about?
Yeah,
'Cause
that must be
there
what...
was 2 TV shows
doesn't
called Lost.
Okay. So, what Lost are you talking about?
Yeah, what one are you on about?
I remember watching it when I was a kid, and I fucking loved it. So this was Lost with an exclamation mark on it.
Lost.
And yeah, so it wasn't Lost. It was Lost. So yeah, it was a lot more extreme than that. Yeah. So basically, these people, I think they had like several, like maybe like two or three teams of 2 people and a cameraman, and
Is this a bit like that Castaway film? Yeah, that Castaway one.
so they got blindfolded.
Yeah, I know
and
the one you mean.
They got a little bit of money in the local currency, and they would just get dropped off somewhere in the world, just somewhere. There's like, I remember one, and like they were in the Middle East somewhere, and they had to, obviously, because it was a Muslim country, like one of the lasses had to have, I can't remember what it's called now, the headdress thing. I can't think what the proper term for it is now.
Yeah.
But and like they had to basically just ask people to give them lifts, and they couldn't speak the language, and they had to kind of like ask, and like it was just so good. Basically, it was a race to get to Trafalgar Square, and the first Trafalgar Square won. And that was the premise.
So they had to take airplanes and everything.
They'd have to take. They had a passport, but they had no money. But they had like a little bit to go and get a little bit of food, say. Like there's some local currency, so they'd have to ask. They'd have to kind of like ask people for money. They'd have to. But it was like, I mean, apparently it was quite
sounds
dangerous.
Like the Amazing Race.
I was going to say, that could be really dangerous. Like, I need some money. All right, well, you'll have to do me a favour then, mate. You'd be like, oh, okay, I need money.
Yeah, but it was really, really good. I like that. There is one that it's not cancelled or anything like that, but I also like, what's that one where the police hunt people?
Cops.
Oh, yes. I can't remember what it's been called.
Is it Hunted or something like that?
It's something called Hunted, isn't it?
Yeah,
and then they basically set them free, and then they'll hunt them down, and they've got to cover their tracks.
Right,
it's really good, that one.
It's a similar kind of idea as Lost. Apparently, that's just my jam. They're the sort of TV shows I like. But basically, these people get dropped off.
It's
somewhere
quite
in England,
interesting, yeah.
and they have to get to a certain point. So they have to evade police for 2 weeks. Is it a week or something like that? And
It's something like that.
they have like proper police. They've got like it's a lot. Some of it's simulated because obviously they can't use it, but they've got like AMPR. They've got like the automatic number plate recognition, and it's just how they track people down. It is fucking amazing. And it's like this person got into this vehicle registration. This was pinged up on a camera going into this village here. So we're assuming that they must be staying with these friends here, and they'll go on and
It is very
investigate
clever.
it, and they'll
It
go
is very
in and
cool.
say, where is he? We know he's been here. Oh, it's so good. I love it.
It is
It's
very good. It's very
It's
clever.
my jam. There you go.
And is that a show that's going? Is that one cancelled as well?
No, that one's
No,
not.
it's
That
still
one's
going on. Tom just wanted to
It's
talk about
really
it,
good.
obviously.
Gotcha. You know, when it comes to actual Lost, the one that everyone knows about, there was just so many unanswered questions in that show.
Yeah, but that's the problem with J.J. Abrams. That's his thing. It's what's in the box. But the problem with him is he's so busy saying, okay, let's give this question of like what's behind this door. It's a machine where he has to press buttons, whereas there's numbers on it. Right. Well, that never got explained.
Yeah.
What was the point in that? What was the point in that?
It was just to add entertainment to it, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Just
but the point being,
element.
he'll ask a question and not give an answer to it.
Fair
Okay.
one.
Fair
He's not given, and that's inherently his issue. So I really liked. I loved Lost. I thought it was fucking ace. But let's be honest, the ending was bollocks.
Yeah. Okay.
It was.
I never watched it, so it's fine.
I pretended to ignore that factor and just enjoy it. I just went like, oh, okay.
Okay,
Cool,
we're all
cool.
good.
What else have we got?
Here's the thing. This is they brought it back, and this was Red Dwarf. Right.
I love Red Dwarf.
So Red Dwarf was, I can't remember what the ending was, but they ended up bringing like 3 more seasons or 3 more episodes or something or another.
Yeah, they
and it
did
was
specials, didn't they?
Yeah, and it was just they're all old now, and it was just like, but they didn't bring back the laugh track, and it was terrible because they didn't bring back the laugh track. The laugh track is for some shows is very important, and then like otherwise, was that funny? I think it was.
Have you ever seen? Do you remember Friends? Obviously,
Yeah.
Friends. Do you ever seen Ross without the laugh track?
No.
Right, I'll send you a clip later. It is horrifying. It is horrifying. It's like something out of it's like something from a horror film. It's so creepy. But the laugh track, I mean, I don't understand why have laugh tracks gone out of style? There was nothing wrong with them. I think
they do them. They still do it. It's just I just feels like it's okay.
What?
There's this show with what's his name in that 70s show, the good looking guy. What's his name?
Oh,
Ashton
Kutcher.
Kutcher.
He's in this show called The Ranch, and they have a laugh track on it.
Oh, I know the one
And
you mean.
it
Yeah,
just seems so. I don't know. I don't like it. I just don't like it.
it's not done the same anymore, is it? That's the thing.
I don't. Yeah, it's just yeah.
I like watching the old ones where you'll listen to the laugh track and you'll hear exactly the same woman laugh every single time. You'll hear that cackle in the background. You're like, there she is again.
there are some. I was listening to one, and there was a guy, and I'm trying to think what it was. It might have been a Blackadder or something like. And the guy sounded like a turkey. The guy fucking sounded like a turkey. And imagine that you kind of like you're listening back to it, and you kind of are really excited for it. So, I mean, a lot of them are like live studio audience.
Yeah.
Like a Red Dwarf was live studio audience, wasn't it? Because you can
I don't know if that
Did.
one was.
It was
I'm
at the
sure
start, and then they moved because they had a bigger budget. Like I love watching the development of it, of like the very first episode, and how corny, how everything is just paper mache kind of thing. You know what I mean? And then the next season it got a little better, and then the next it's like their budget kept getting extra large, and eventually, holy shit, you know what I mean? But I know. I do believe
I think season 6 was the best. I think it was the
when the,
um
when they brought back the Red Dwarf and everybody in it because of the nanobots.
No, it's not that one. It had Rimmerworld and
Oh, that one's
Rimmermorph
amazing.
And
That's so good.
I love it so
it's
much.
Just
I forgot about that episode.
Just to clarify,
Rory balls on standby, sir.
This is where everybody's Rimmer, even the girls are Rimmer.
Yeah, that one there.
That was brilliant.
Or the funniest joke, one of the funniest jokes in any TV series. I've talked about this before. That it's fucking kills me to this day every time I watch it. where he says, "I want to go to Red Alert." Are you absolutely sure, sir? That doesn't mean changing the bulb. There will never be a day that I watch that and I will not laugh. I will fucking laugh at that. It is absolutely. It is perfection.
So
it
good.
Is fucking
so good.
perfection. Yeah, it's such a good.
What about you, Chloe?
So I got one that I know Tom, you'll like this. Mighty Boosh. I wish they brought Mighty Boosh back. I love Mighty Boosh.
Okay, so I do like the Mighty Boosh.
I love Mighty Boosh.
But there was,
I don't know if they could come back though.
No, they couldn't. No, they couldn't.
No,
especially with like,
it would ruin it. It
is
wouldn't be the same.
It's just not. It wouldn't. But I don't know. The Mighty Boosh. I could quote it. I loved watching it at the time. I don't think I could go back and watch it.
Do you not?
It's
it's
not like whereas Red Dwarf say.
Oh no, that Red Dwarf is amazing.
I will happily go back and watch that, and then I'll happily then restart the whole thing and watch it again because it's just rewatchable.
Another one that I think is absolutely brilliant that I love is Green Wing. Have you ever watched that?
Green Wing.
Never
Green Wing. It's that they're like in a hospital. It's got Jim. You know, have you ever seen Friday Night Dinner as well? That's another one I want them to do. That was so good. Please tell me you watch Friday Night Dinner.
No. I do. Honestly, the main guy in it. In fact, honestly, I don't like either of them two in it.
Oh, but it's so good. It's the gym guy with his dog.
Gym guy.
Did you ever watch?
If you watch it, you'll know
hospital, it. Darth Marenghi's Dark Place.
Yes, I watched that. That was by the same people as Mighty Boosh, wasn't it?
I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah.
Pretty
sure it was.
That was so weird.
One show that I thought that I enjoyed it. I really did. Was The Last Man in the World. But that was.
It was okay.
For some reason, I really enjoyed it, and it just there was like they left it on a huge cliffhanger too, and like they got cancelled. I don't know.
Firefly. I don't think we can talk about this without talking about Firefly.
Yeah, it's the number one in every single list.
Yeah.
See, I don't know what Firefly is, but you've got a lot of comments, people saying they loved Firefly.
Firefly.
What else, Chloe, did people actually mention on those?
So we got Lisa Garland.
These segues.
She's shouted Firefly and agreed. Vicky, she has said Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. I totally agree. I loved that show.
I've never seen that.
It was so old.
You've heard of it, though, haven't you?
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
I loved watching that show. I absolutely loved it. So we got Intake Driver. Gladiators. It's Arthur.
Gladiators was great. What, David? Have you never seen Gladiators?
Oh wait, the competition
Gladiators.
show?
I can't remember the theme tune to it.
He's also said London's Burning, but I have no idea what that is. Yes.
Oh, London's Burning was quite good. I thought they brought that back for another. There was another fire show that they did, like in London.
Oh, Miller's World has agreed with me. Green Wing, and also he's put in there Scrubs. Scrubs was pretty good.
Scrubs is good.
Right. Okay.
I think I've watched every episode 3 times, like or whatever, gone through every. But it was. Is that the ending? Because when Zach Braff, yeah, when he left, just didn't want the same.
I've
not watched it so far.
I've got unconventional thoughts on this. So I didn't like it as much after season 3. I felt it got a little bit too silly after that there. And when the new season came out, where they got rid of Zach Braff, I liked it. I thought it was really good.
So you weren't a
thought-
fan of you weren't
You weren't a fan of him then?
of Dorian, I think his name was.
No, I do, and you know what? They've got a podcast. So
They do?
Yes, they have. Yeah.
It's called Real Doctors. Real Friends, Fake Doctors, or something like that.
Yeah.
And they are. I mean,
And
they
he
are
does it in a
just-
cupboard, doesn't he? This is when you
He
told me he
does do it in a cupboard. Yeah,
to get the best sound quality.
I've said that to someone before.
You
like,
said it to
I guess
me.
on the
That's how
podcast.
I know about
All
it.
right. All right. Yeah.
How I Met Your
That's-
Mother is my favorite show in the world.
Oh, that's
I
so
think.
good. Yeah.
I never liked
They've just
it.
brought out a How I
Fuck
Met Your
you,
Father.
Tom.
They're
What?
doing a How I Met Your Father. If you go on Disney Plus,
Who's in it?
It's Hilary Duff is the main character,
Oh,
and some other random
Who's
people.
Hilary
I don't know.
Duff? Why do I recognise that name?
she had her own TV show on like Disney or
Yeah, it
Nickelodeon
was
or something
like
that.
some sort of kids. What was it? Something. What was it? Show.
can't
Lindsay
remember.
Lizzie McGuire, wasn't
Liz-
it? Lin-
geez, yeah, it was. Yeah, well done.
Yeah,
for putting out
it
here.
was.
I'm like, wow.
I'm literally. I used to
Gotta be
love
honest with
her.
you, I've got the picture up of this Hilary Duff. No idea who that is. I have
I'm
no
sure
idea.
she looks
who that
a
woman
lot
is.
different because it was like 20 years ago.
She
when
does
she
look
was...
very different. Type
So
in
she's-
Lizzie McGuire, you might recognise her.
Lizzie McGuire.
Yeah.
I'm sure she was in some movies too, back in the day.
She
'cause
was in other stuff.
She was quite the Nickelodeon.
She was my childhood. Yeah, it was when
yeah.
I was younger, sort of thing. I watched her.
I vaguely.
Yeah, you
remember?
must do.
Do you remember Clarissa?
Yeah, Clarissa Ray Explains It All.
Yeah. I remember that one. That was a great show. I remember watching that. Oh, I think it was like-
Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
I love
She
that
was
show.
nailing it
that
back
was
then,
so
wasn't she?
good.
Well, wasn't that's
Yeah.
the same girl, isn't it? Sabrina.
Yes.
Yeah.
it's
So-
Clarissa?
Yes.
She's but she's called. If I remember correctly, she's called Melissa. Is her actual name?
Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
Because she's in a new series now, isn't there? There's a new series she's in. I can't remember what it's called though.
Is she?
Yeah, it's not Sabrina. It's something else with a random man in it. I can't remember what it's called though. Don't know. Can't remember. Someone's
Fine.
put.
This is literally just like listen to people googling things. Here we go. Yay!
People have nothing better to do anyway. They've already, if they've already lasted this long, they can last a few more minutes. So
I've
we
got
can talk TV shows.
Orizor. I can't pronounce your name or whatever that is. I'm so sorry. I wish my name is Earl. Oh, I wish my name is Earl could return. I read that
Oh
really
my
wrong.
god, my name is Earl was great.
That was
a-
great.
That's a
That was
Oh,
really
my
so
name is
good.
Earl. That's right.
That was very
with,
good.
With Lee, something Lee.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Anyway,
but-
yeah, he was in.
That got left as well on like a bit of a kind of a clip.
Was it not
I
meant
mean,
to continue on though? I think it just kind of randomly stopped, didn't it?
It did, yeah. It was set up for another, and it obviously just got cancelled. And it shouldn't have done because it
What
was
that
was
show
really good.
about? Was he like? He got lucky. He won $1 million, or he won the lotto. And what was it
I
again?
don't know.
Ah,
can't
my name is
remember.
Earl. It's basically he won the lottery and then ran out into the street. Then an old lady hits him and runs him over, who is a recurring character and like becomes like, yeah, there's a whole thing just there. But I love that show so much. But basically, he ends up in hospital, and then his ex-wife or his wife comes in and goes like, "Yeah, I'm leaving you for Darnell." I've watched far too much of My Name Is Earl, by the way. And Darnell, or Crabman, as he's called.
Yeah. Because he works in the Crab Shack. Or was it the Crab Shack?
Yeah, it's no, was it not XCI? He was like Crabman had like this whole dark past to him. I think that we're going to kind of go into a little bit.
We're
more
going
about
into
it.
my name. Yeah, we're going full on.
Fucking
Go
love-
on.
Whoever this was that picked out My Name Is Earl, that's a fucking great choice.
I can't say your
But
name.
basically, yeah, he decides that he's made too many mistakes in his life.
Oh, that's
And
right.
then
He's
goes
got a
back.
list.
That's it. I
There's a
remember
list
now.
of all the things that he's done wrong in his life, and there's like
Yeah.
220 something of them.
Yeah, that's it. I remember
like
now.
stole a car from a one-legged lady.
Yeah.
I know my name. I know my name is Earl. I realize it. Although I think the first or second episode bit problematic, but yeah, we won't talk about that.
remember his brother? He's been in a
Randy.
few shows, huh?
Randy, he
Randy?
is
Have you seen what he
buff.
looks like now?
He's buff, that fucker. Holy shit, that guy is stacked.
Yeah, he changed his eating habits.
He was in, if you remember Power Rangers, he was in that.
Oh, no, I don't.
Then
I don't remember.
fuck
Power
you.
Rangers. I didn't watch that.
Do you remember what? Wait, you didn't watch Power Rangers when you were a kid?
I wasn't that
Did,
into
but what
it.
was he? What was he in
Cool,
Power
alright.
Rangers? He wasn't a Power Ranger. Was he? Was he one of
There
the
was
monsters?
so many
No, it
different
was-
series of that thing, though. You don't know which.
Doesn't
one
matter.
you're
He
about.
was there. I'm telling you. He was him, and he had a friend.
The only
whole
person I can
thing.
picture right now is the pink and yellow Power Ranger.
So, the Pink Ranger was one of my first crushes.
Me too.
And she's also, so she's in, or she was, oh, fuck, Flashpoint. That's a TV show that needs to come back as well, or should have come back. She was in a TV show called Flashpoint about, basically, it's like special, like Canadian task force. I think they're Canadian anyways, but like kind of SWAT, essentially.
Okay.
And that was really good.
Flashpoint.
Flashpoint. You need to go and watch that one there. Also,
Okay.
fuck me. How much time have we got? By the
We
way,
have
'Cause
we have
this
two,
is-
we have 6 hours left. Go ahead.
This is an extra special.
Right.
Yeah.
fuck
screw
me,
it.
isn't it? Just yeah.
It's a podcast. we can do whatever we want.
That's
We make
true.
we make the rules.
If you're bored, turn off now. You know,
Yeah, there we go.
In
Come back
fairness-
later. It's fine.
In fairness, most people listen to this Monday morning, so you're probably on the fucking M25 anyway. So you've got nothing better to do, have you?
And if you are
so-
into M25, tell us, because that'd be kind of funny if you really are into M25.
One TV show that ended, and it has one of the most perfect. I would say it's a perfect series. Person of Interest. Not.
No,
Oh,
I
not
you
fast-
you tried to have me watch that.
It's so good.
I watched 5 episodes, I think.
What?
I tried, dude. Maybe
No,
6 episodes.
no idea.
I tried
It's
No idea.
so good. Fucking Reese. I
with
love that guy.
with Linus from Lost.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. Oh, it's so
lost.
good.
Completely lost. No idea.
It's
Literally lost.
really good. I'm telling you, Daryl will like it, but
Right,
it's
okay.
perfect, and it actually has. It's one of the few series I've watched where they knew about the series getting cancelled, and they
Right.
actually finished it. They finished it on an actual thing, and it had a proper wrap up. It had everything, and it's just brilliant.
Just like Game
It's
of Thrones
just-
had the perfect ending.
Well, this-
Yeah,
I'm waiting. I can't
think
wait for the next series. I know Stranger Things is still going, but this is going to be the next series of Stranger Things. Is a massive wrap up, isn't it? I think it's going to be the same.
So yes, but I think that they were talking about having a bunch of spin-offs.
Oh, really?
Sure, why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah, there's the well.
It'll
They
make-
should
it'll
do.
make
It's
money.
So good.
It-
Yeah.
It is. I mean,
All the 80s references.
Oh, it's
it's-
so
it-
good.
you've got to think that it's Netflix's biggest series. Like,
Yeah.
biggest,
Don't
know,
be
it's-
silly to just stop it like that.
Oh God, yeah.
I wonder how well Wednesday is going to do. Because right now, Wednesday, the TV show Wednesday on Netflix, is quite popular. As
yeah,
in,
it
like,
keeps popping up. I've not watched it yet.
Do you know what we're talking about?
Yeah. It's Wednesday from the Addams Family, isn't
I've
it?
heard
Yeah.
about it, but so was this not because there was she was doing YouTube, like these YouTube kind of short videos of her. I don't know if it's the same actress or not who's doing it, but basically she was doing like these shorts, and I believe they were trying to shut it all down, and she campaigns to have this TV show started.
Oh, really?
For this, I might be incorrect saying this, but that's what
I have
that's
no
what
idea,
I remember. 'Cause I remember seeing the YouTube videos with her basically doing what she's doing in this.
Oh, okay.
So-
I have to Google that and get into that one.
Yeah, I haven't heard about that. I think I might have seen one trailer, but right now all I'm seeing is there's a clip of her dancing at I don't know, some kind of a school event or whatever, and there's just I feel like every second TikTok video is somebody mimicking her dance moves, to the
Of
song,
course it would be.
you know, and it just
So I really
eventually I'll
like.
get to it.
I'm just about to get into Willow. They've just bought. Do you remember Willow? The film.
I've never seen it.
Have you not? Oh, it's like the
Willow
best.
Nor
film
have
ever.
another one that people get
With
surprised
Warwick,
about.
the little guy, Warwick, whatever his face is.
Warwick Davis.
That's the
Not
one.
Hedwig.
Yeah,
Professor.
he's in it again, and they've brought out a series on Disney Plus. I'm gonna watch it.
He was he in
Okay.
was he in Harry Potter, yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which one was he? The professor, or was he?
He was one of the
Goblins.
the bank
Okay.
guys, wasn't he?
Yeah. No,
He was in the bank.
Mm-hmm. I can never
I don't know.
remember.
We need producer. Holy
Where is
shit.
producer?
Eventually, we'll get him back. Isn't he on vacation?
He's balls deep somewhere.
I wonder where.
See,
What are you googling, Tom?
I'm searching Hat Warwick Davis because we don't have
Oh,
a
well,
fucking
you're
producer.
You are taking far too long.
If you're listening to this and you want to volunteer to be a producer, temporarily let me know because fucking hell, it's
Tom?
it's hard work not
I'm
having
sure
one.
he's saying something.
I think
that is
he's
being
saying,
recorded.
if you're listening to this and you want to be our producer, please come along. Is that what he's going with?
Yeah, that's what it says. He's played multiple. The Core.
He's been in loads.
It was Professor Flitwick.
Flitwick, not Hedwig.
Oh, was he? I thought he was one of the. I want to say goblin. It's not a goblin, is it? It's a
They're goblins.
Is it?
Yeah, Gringotts goblins.
Gringotts. That's the word I was going
that's-
for. I thought he
that's-
was one of them as
That's
well.
someone else, and I can't think of what his name is now. That's someone else.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, no, I can't remember what the guy's name is. I'm not searching it. We're done. Right.
It's
What
okay.
what other ones have we got?
I can't think of any other ones. What else have people said?
The unit.
Don't know.
No idea what that is.
Sorry.
No idea.
I seem to remember it, but I can't remember
Let's have a little look.
So
IRT Deadliest Roads.
IRT.
Ice Road Truckers, Deadliest Roads.
Oh,
Ice Road Truckers. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Why is Is Ice Road Truckers gone? So is that stopped now?
I don't. It must have done.
And
That was so good.
Maybe I know there was a spin-off, and maybe that's it. It's just the spin-off that he's talking about called Deadliest Roads.
Oh, it might be where they go up. They do logging and they do all sorts of cool stuff.
I think it's
Awesome.
all. I think it's all fake. You know what I mean? I was watching it, thinking like, "Oh, this is awesome." Blah blah blah. Like then him going around this corner. Why is there a camera there? There's a camera literally placed on this corner, waiting for him to crash. I'm like, "Ah, come on! I can't believe any of it now." Like, this is just stupid. There's this one other scene too where she's on the lake or she's going at whatever 5 miles an hour, whatever, right? And she falls out of the truck. Ridiculously, obviously, not. But it was just like, oh, and then she's trying to catch up. I don't know. It was. I can't believe anything. I hate reality TV shows. I just don't know what to believe and what's not.
Wait a second.
Okay.
You can't put cruise control on below 20 miles an hour.
Well, maybe
Not
if you have it in fifth gear, all right, you can idle at 15 miles an hour. Or,
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean?
That makes
As in,
sense.
like, so that's possible too. But I get them. Sorry, I used to like reality TV shows because I thought it was.
But that's why
reality.
they're good though, because the drama of it, and you just got to go.
Because
This is
if
awesome.
it wasn't, the thing is, they wouldn't be reality. They wouldn't be shows if they weren't fake. Because reality
true, yeah.
isn't. Reality is boring.
I will say,
You know?
I've not actually seen Ice Road Truckers. Now that I'm thinking about it, I've not seen Ice Road Truckers.
I've just seen a couple
since
of
I've
episodes.
started driving.
Oh,
Not
yeah?
Yeah.
No,
So
it's not
it
been
would
around
be
for a while, is it?
interesting. It would be interesting to. What if we did, right? Okay, just spitballing an idea here. What if we did a live watch of like an episode of Ice Road Truckers or something like that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
We'll
let's do it.
invite people in. We'll do like a live watch.
I actually thought you were going to go, should we just do a live Ice Road Truckers? We'll just go out there and do it ourselves. Is where I thought you were going. I was like, yeah, give us some money, guys. We'll do it.
David's got fucking loads of ice.
We'll go visit David.
All right, I got two more shows that I wish wouldn't end. Maybe
Go on
then. One is 24. That is another one that's in the top 5.
Oh yeah, people like that. Yeah,
with Jack Bauer, because you can bring that back anytime. He could be old, he could be whatever. And the other one happens to have. But
is he not very problematic now? Do you not like have a massive hissy fit or something like that in the guy who plays him? Is he not like?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I think he had like a massive sticky and did some bad in a hotel.
Well, he might have, but he's also in Designated Survivor, Kiefer Sutherland. All right, and
I've only watched
and they
a little
stopped.
bit of that. It's good.
Yeah, I've caught up. I'm like, are they going to bring it back? What the fuck? This was a huge cliffhanger. You know what I mean? As in, like,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I don't know. I got obsessed with 24. I just every episode. I could not imagine watching that when it came out and having to wait an entire week because every episode's a cliffhanger. And it was just like, luckily enough, I downloaded them and I got to watch them. Like, I would seriously watch it. I wouldn't leave my house. It would be on nonstop for one whole day. Would be me watching it because that's what it is. You know, for the people who don't know what the premise of 24 is, just literally every episode is 1 hour in that day. You know, so
every 45-minute episode. You mean
every 45-minute episode is no, but So they did have a different guy in 24. By the way, they had a black dude. I can't remember his name. I can't remember what it's
No idea. I've never watched
but
them.
he did actually do it. It was only 12 hours though.
I have a question though about 24.
Go.
I have seen. I do like it, but I do have a bit of an issue with it. When does he go for a shit?
Hey, not every day you take a shit.
Right, no, but you can't go a full 24 hour. When was the last time you went? You can go 24 hours without having a piss.
Oh, a piss?
Because I tell you what.
Well, he's not always. He's not always on scene.
Truck,
he's not always on scene.
Right.
He's not always on camera. Yeah.
I'm
just saying.
No one ever goes to the toilet. I'm just saying, no one ever goes to the. I would like to see, because considering it's kind of, there is a kind of element of realism. I'd like them to go, I'll interrogate this prisoner, but I'm going for a shit. Commercial. That's all we need.
Just a bit of reality.
Yeah.
He has slept a few times too.
Or comes back in like into the room and goes, oh, I feel better after that. Right. Where are we up to?
Oh, no.
Right. Okay.
Oh, no.
Shall we?
Oh,
Is
no.
that it?
Yeah.
Shall we wrap it up?
Sure,
Yeah.
why not? Why not? I can't
You've
think of it.
ruined it.
We have gone way over time. But I think this is actually the longest episode we've ever done. So there you go.
It probably is, yeah.
Yeah, it's really long.
Feels like it, that's for sure. I'm knackered.
Yeah. Tim's going to sleep. Right. Okay, let's wrap it up there. Thank you so much for listening. If you haven't listened, how did you get this far? After
Literally.
1 hour 40 minutes, I believe it is, or something like that. But we shall see you next time. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
Ugh.
I'm
Scratch my ass at the
knackered.
very end of this now. I've been dying to do that.
What?
What?
Oh, never mind.
We're still recording. Outtakes.
We'll see what kind of mood I'm in. All right. Take care, guys. See you next episode.